Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Shomlina. I'm a final year MD Radiology resident at NRS Medical College in Kolkata, and I am trying to make videos that would help NEET PG aspirants. And because now, after so much talking here and there about the dates of the examination, about last moment changes in the centers and all the problems amidst everything, the exam NEET PG 2024 is finally over, and I'm sure the next thing that is coming to your mind, obviously for those who have qualified, especially those who have got some borderline rank where they are not sure whether they will be able to achieve their dream branch, or they would have to compromise on the branch, or maybe they have to compromise on the college. So here I am with a video about certain things that you need to keep in mind while choosing your branch in college for MD, MS, or if you are going for DNB, then DNB. So all of us have a dream branch in our mind. Some of us get these dream branch while we are still during our MBBS, and some of you develop the liking for the subject while in internship, and some of you, like me, while preparing for your NEET PG, you understand what is the subject that you want to have, what is the lifestyle you want to have. So you know your dream subject. So let's divide this into two scenarios. Scenario 1 where you are getting your dream subject, and scenario 2 where you are not getting your dream subject. So all those who are in scenario 1, that is, you have got a rank in which you are sure that you will be getting your dream subject. So in that case, again, two scenarios arise. Number 1, you are sure that you will get your dream subject in your dream college. This is the best case scenario. What else you need to do? You need to talk about the recent seniors, about the toxicity prevalent in the college premises, about the infrastructure, about the hands-on if you're going to take a surgical branch, and obviously the patient inflow. Patient inflow is very, very important, because you might think more the patient, more hectic the duty is, but in the long run, though the fact that it is hectic, the more number of patients you see, the more confident you will be in your job. So all these things you need to ask your seniors who are 1 or 2 batch seniors to you. And obviously, very important, do not discuss these things with someone who is almost having a rank near you, or maybe 2-3 ranks behind you, because very many people we have seen in the internet, in Telegram group, who want to dissuade you from taking a particular branch at a particular college by saying something bad about that college, about the department. But in reality, the fact is they are brainwashing you not to take it so that their pathway gets cleared. So yes, do not ask your competitors or the ones who are few ranks behind you for opinions. Ask those who are at ranks very far away ahead of you, because they will not think you as a competition. That is done. Next case in the first scenario is that you are getting your dream subject but at a different college, not at your dream college. Still, sometimes we can accept the fact that we are not getting our dream college, but at least we are getting a metro city college. But suppose the scenario arises where you are not even getting in a metro city college, you are getting in periphery. Now what to do? So in the little knowledge that I have gathered in my these few humble years in the medical fraternity, I have realized that peripheral colleges are very good for few things. Number 1, the patient inflow is very high, because in the metro city there are 5-6 medical colleges and the patient load gets divided, whereas in a peripheral city, the entire district or maybe 3-4 districts together have just one medical college, and therefore the patient load is going to be very high. Secondly, in the peripheral colleges, the total number of PG seats are usually lesser, as I have seen. So because of that, you get more number of patients per person. So in the peripheral institutes, we also know that faculties are not adequately present. So in that case, there is a lot of things that the PGTs themselves have to take into their hands. Like, for example, if you are talking about surgical branches, you are going to get a lot of hands-on if you are taking a peripheral colleges. So there are certain cons also, like, for example, because of the dearth of faculties, you may not be having regular classes. Often the appropriate up to the mark infrastructure is not present. Hence, majority of the times you will be referring the patient. Finally, after giving some primary management, you are going to refer the patient at higher centers. So you won't be able to learn that state of the art management of the patient. So that that is one more con. So in this scenario where you are getting your dream branch but in a peripheral college, again you write down, make a list of the pros and of the cons. If you see that the peripheral college that you might be getting has more cons, then again two scenarios arise. Number one, if you have given 3 or more than 3 attempts already, or you have a family to sustain and you cannot stay jobless for one more year, and you have certain financial burdens and are able to accept all the cons that you are facing because you are already getting that subject. In all these cases, take that college however it might be. On the other hand, suppose you have not given much repeats, you feel that you have not given your 100% and you can give your 100% if you take one more year drop, and at the same time you do not have any financial burdens to look up to. In those cases, you can give NEET PG another shot and see if you can get a better college the next time. Now let's move on to the second broad scenario where you are not getting your dream subject. Again, two things arise. Number one, you do not want to compromise with your dream branch, whatever be it. Now again, you have to choose whether you have any financial burden, whether you have given a lot of attempts already and you are not ready to give another attempt, you have a family to sustain, then you have to compromise on your dream subject. Take the next best subject. Suppose on the other hand, you do not have any financial burdens, you are ready to give your 100% in another attempt, you can give yourself one more chance, then please, I would say, do not compromise on your dream branch, give it another try. Now suppose you are not getting your dream branch at your rank and you have accepted the fact that you will compromise your dream branch and go for something else. Now how to choose this something else? Okay, make 2 tables for yourself, one under which you will write the clinical branches in order of your preference, which you will mark while you are sitting for the counseling, and second the non-clinical branches in order of your preference and also in order of colleges. That is a research that you have to do. Many things are involved: toxicity, work culture, infrastructure, patient load, I have said. Then there are language issues, there are cultural shocks. If you are shifting your base from absolute east to absolute west or from absolute north to absolute south, so these things will happen. So many things you need to take into consideration, and based on that you have to first rank the subjects that you want to take and then the colleges in which you want to take those subjects. Right. First of all, this preference list that you are going to create and this compromise subject that you are going to take, that should completely be your call. Why? Because this is going to be your lifelong companion. Your identity is going to be linked to this thing. Whatever it is, the decision should be yours. Make your decision based on the work that you need to do when you are joining that branch, not the syllabus that we used to study. Many subjects we do not have much exposure during our NEET PG preparation. For example, studying anesthesia for NEET PG, you need to know the color of the cylinders and which gases they have. You need to know the stages of anesthesia. But when you have become an anesthesiologist, you have to do much more than that. Many other things are involved. So see the work that a particular specialty has to perform and try to understand if you are ready to perform that work. Another example is studying psychiatry is very interesting. You get to know about so many diseases, but in real life when you are treating psychiatry patients, it is a different ball game altogether. So there are many challenges. So are you ready to face those challenges? So while making the list of preferences in order, look at the work that you have to perform rather than what you have studied about that subject in NEET. Next point is, there are many things that people will tell you disguised as your well-wisher. For example, I am sure many of you might have heard things like, you are a female doctor, take up gynecology. Gynecology is best for females. Female doctor taking up general surgery, please don't think about it. You won't be able to balance your work and your personal life. If you are a female and want to do surgery, take up gynecology. Then one more example is, suppose you have got a rank where you won't be probably getting clinical branches, so now you are deciding between the non-clinical branches. That's completely okay. We know how much important these non-clinical branches are everywhere. Okay, so while you are deciding which branch to take, someone or the other will comment and tell you, take patho, take pathology. Don't think twice, take pathology because you will earn a lot. Yes, of course you will earn a lot in pathology, and if earning a lot makes you happy and the only thing about your professional satisfaction is your money, then you can listen to such people. Take pathology only if you love taking pathology. Otherwise, please do not take subjects based on such remarks from people. They do not know you. they do not know how you are going to perform. So why I am telling you all these things? See, I have this knack of observing people, looking at their behaviors, and if I find some faulty behavior in some person, I try to follow them up. I try to see and observe and find out what might be the underlying reason for that person behaving in that particular way. You know that there are two types of doctors in a medical college, in a hospital. Number one is that kharus chirchira senior doctor who will make your life hell, who are never satisfied whatever you do for them, who do not care about their juniors, their colleagues, their seniors, no one, and they are always looking out for even tiny things to trouble you. And there are another set of people who are these cool seniors, cool doctors. They handle everything very patiently, very calmly. They are so approachable. You can go to them for every small doubt you have. They might make fun of you, but that is very momentary and that is a very friendly way, and they will never be jealous of you or unnecessarily try to trouble you, and you will be very grateful to have these senior doctors in your life. So the first category of people are the ones who are not satisfied with their life. Maybe they did not want to become a doctor in the first place, or even if they wanted to become a doctor, they are not satisfied with the branch that they took. Maybe someone had taken surgery because of peer pressure or because of their own personal reasons they took up surgery, but they do not actually have that surgical acumen, that surgical thirst, so they never could become a good surgeon. Or maybe suppose a person has taken anatomy but he loved orthopedics. Maybe now he is a middle-aged person, he is now a professor in anatomy in a medical college, but he's always thinking and always guilty of the fact inside his mind कि काश एक और चांस दे दिया होता अपने आप को, एक और ट्राई दे दिया होता तो आज शायद लाइफ बहुत हैप्पी होता. I'm not saying कि taking anatomy is not okay, and I'm not disrespecting the branch at all, but if you are not able to love that branch eventually, please do not take that branch. You will end up becoming that kind of person who are jealous of everyone who has become successful in their life, because they themselves are not happy in their life. Do not take a decision based on impulse. Think over it. Give yourself time. Talk to people and think over it, and try, see the books and see the videos of the life of that branch doctor. Imagine yourself in those doctors' shoes and try to imagine your life taking that branch, and just ask to yourself, will you be happy 10 years down the line you have taken this branch? If your mind says yes, surgery मेरा first option था तो क्या हुआ? I will be happy even if I take ENT. I will be happy even if I take pathology. And once you have taken the subject and you have made your mind, start loving the subject. And I want to tell you, please do not become a toxic doctor. Become a very good human being, because if you become a toxic person, a toxic doctor, maybe you will get the satisfaction that people are respecting you so much, they're bowing in front of you, they're doing whatever you are asking them to do, your juniors. But the fact is, they are doing all these things out of fear, not out of respect. And once they go behind your back, they will talk shit about you. So do you want to be that kind of a doctor, or do you want to be a doctor whom everyone loves, or who is performing well at their job, not only from outside, inside also he or she is very happy and satisfied with their life, they're constantly trying to do something new, at the same time they are encouraging their juniors, they are maintaining a good relationship with patients? What kind of doctor you want to be? Obviously you want to be the second kind of doctor, so please don't choose a branch that will force you to become the category A kind of person. Be this category B type of person, so that later 10 years down the line, residency कैसा होता है doesn't matter. Your residency might be very very hectic, you might not be able to just lift up your head also. 10 years down the line, will you be happy with yourself? Will you be happy with whatever you're doing? Try to understand that. Try to ask yourself that question, and if you realize कि yes, this is my call, I would be able to stay with this branch lifelong, then only take that branch and become a good human being, become a good doctor, so that people love you and not get afraid of you and talk bad behind your back. We have a lot of toxic doctors in our society. Just be the one who breaks the chain of toxicity. That's all for my today's talk. Thank you and have a great day.